Welcome to my YouTube channel, Ajir-Strong Together Families channel. In our last video, we're talking about how communication is key to a successful married life. In today's video, I am going to be showing you signs, 10 signs that poor communication is destroying your marriage. And if you ignore them, then it will slowly destroy the love between the two of you, and at the end of the day, it may even cause divorce or even separation. So, if you are married, or if you are planning to marry, or if you are in a dating relationship, you need to pay attention to these signs of poor communications that destroys marriages. Number one, conversations always turns into arguments. When you notice that each time you want to have a conversation, every little thing turns to argument, every little thing turns to quarrel, and instead of solving problems, you begin to defend, maybe the couples begin to defend, attack each other, or sometimes one may even withdraw and stop talking and start giving the other person some silent treatment. When you begin to notice that, be careful. Be very careful. Conversations, every little thing begins to turn to argument. Number two, you avoid talking about important issues. Anytime you notice that between you and your partner, the two of you, anytime a serious issue comes up and one person withdraws, or one person avoid talking about it, be careful. You say, let us not talk about it, just to avoid conflict, or just to avoid quarrel, because any little thing brings quarrel. So even when an important issue comes up, they look for excuses that let's not talk about it. I don't want quarrel. Be very careful. Be very careful. It's a big sign that gap in communication might soon lead to something bigger in your marriage. Number three, one person always shuts down. When one partner constantly withdraws, stays silent, and refuses to engage in meaningful communication, emotional walls begins to form between them. As soon as one withdraws, or stays silent, or refuses to contribute, or refuses to have a conversation, you will discover that an emotional wall begins to build between them. Silence can be louder than even shouting. Once somebody is beginning to give silent treatment, a lot is being said. A lot is being said. That is why sometimes silence can even be louder than shouting. When you find yourselves in such a situation, be careful. It's a very big sign. It's a very big sign. Number four, you feel unheard or unimportant. You talk, but your partner does not really listen to you. They interrupt you at will. They dismiss your feeling, They minimize or commonize your concerns. They make it look common. Your opinion does not count. One partner begins to feel unimportant when those things begin to happen. He or she begins to feel that, oh, I'm no longer important in this marriage. I'm no longer being heard in this marriage. When you reach that point, be careful, begin to look for a way to turn around things, as that marriage is heading for destruction. Number 5, sarcasm and mockery replaces respect. You know, communication has to do with respect and kindness. But when you find yourselves, whenever you are communicating with each other, jokes that belittles your partner, you sound sarcastic, your correction becomes criticism, and then you begin to disrespect your partner in why you people are talking. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. It's a sign that all is not well. Number 6, you complain to each other instead of you complain to other people instead of to each other. Any little thing, you jump and begin to go to your friends, to your family members, to your colleagues at work, and you go and begin to talk to them concerning your marriage issues instead of discussing it with your partner. When that begins to happen, you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very careful. And then number 7, intimacy has reduced significantly. Poor communication affects emotional closeness. Once somebody maybe is disrespecting you while you are in communication, the person is mocking you, sounding sarcastic, there is no way your emotions won't be affected. And emotional distance also always affects physical intimacy. Once somebody is emotionally down, physical intimacy drops as well. So when it begins to happen, be very careful. It's a sign, a very big sign that all is not well. Number 8, you make assumptions instead of asking questions. Look, anytime your partner says something and you are not clear, instead of asking for clarification, you begin to assume things in your head. You begin to assume things. You don't care. You don't respect me, or you don't respect your partner. You don't even love your partner like before. You begin to assume all these things I have said. You don't care about me. You don't respect me. You don't love me like you do, or like you did, like you loved me before. All those things comes from assumptions, lack of clarity in communication. And when someone says something and you are not clear, you are supposed to ask for clarification. If you don't ask for clarification, what will happen is assumptions will come in. And when assumptions come in, it creates unnecessary tension and false narratives. You begin to think things that does not exist. Number 9, apologies are rare in your marriage. It's another sign. Anytime your partner does something or you have misunderstanding, nobody apologizes to each other. You talk, you stand up, you go away. Watch it. Because at that point, ego becomes more important than peace to them. You know, nobody wants to admit fault. Everybody is egoistic. Nobody wants to come and say, I'm sorry. And when apologies disappears, healing disappears also. When apologies, I am sorry, disappears in your marriage, there is no way you hurt somebody and the person will feel, or the person will be healed, because it is when you apologize and feel sorry, feel remorseful, that your partner knows or feels he or she begins to heal from the hurt. So you must watch out for that sign. Whenever there is no apology amongst you, when you have conflict, be careful. Then number 10, you feel more like roommates than partners. You feel more like, you are just living together. Nothing is happening between you. My dear, you need to be very, very careful when those signs begins to come up. There is no coordination, there is no connection. You share space, you share responsibility and children, but no hearts. Your hearts are far away from each other. You are eating together, doing things together, carrying out your normal responsibilities at home together. But guess what? Your hearts are far away from each other. No intimacy, no emotional attachment, nothing. When friendship dies in marriage, communication has already weakened deeply, even before it. It is when communication begins to break down, you will discover that friendship begins to die slowly. You cannot be friends anymore in the marriage. Poor communication does not destroy a marriage overnight. It happens gradually. It happens slowly. So if you are not careful with these signs I have mentioned, they may start very little. You may not even observe that they've started. Before you know what is happening, it will grow into something very big. Pride will enter, neglect will enter, silence will enter, misunderstanding will enter between the two of you, and you will discover that at that point, it becomes very, very, very difficult to handle. That is why I have come out today to spell out the signs to you. All these 10 signs that poor communication is destroying your marriage, so that you will know ahead. As soon as you notice that such is happening, try and fix. Marriage doesn't need perfect people. It needs people who are willing, who are intentional to take steps in resolving all these issues. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video to your loved ones. And don't forget to go to the comment section and let's discuss more ways on how we can observe signs that poor communication are destroying marriages. Thank you and see you in my next video.